Bakit maraming Gen Z ang nakatutok sa dalawang phone na to? Si Samsung Galaxy S25 FE at si Huawei Nova 14 Pro. Parehas matindi ang camera, parehas matindi yung specs, at parehas daw affordable. I think ang hinahanap ng mga Gen Z ngayon ay isang matinding phone na mayroong matinding selfie camera. Wait lang, ito yung sample nito Boom! Ito ba yung selfie camera ni Samsung? Ito na may selfie camera ni Huawei. Ano nangyari sa'yo, Samsung? 40k tapos kayong selfie? Ibalik nyo ang pera namin. Joke lang, pero ito, i-compare natin si Samsung S25 FE kay Huawei Nova 14 Pro. Side by side, camera, specs, itsura, Apple Bins, and you're watching Unbox Diaries. Ooh. First of all, I am loving the design of the Huawei Nova 14 Pro. We have here the very nice ice crystal texture. Ito nga pala si Crystal Blue. If you want a simple design, meron din siyang black version and white version. Kung gusto niyo mga parang ganito, or marble type yung kanya itsura, tapos you have here, very big camera at the back na may tatlong mata. 1, 2, 3. At tama ba to? Meron siyang fourth eye sa likod. Yan ang ultra chroma camera ni Huawei Nova 14 Pro, which is used for better, more accurate color reproduction. At syempre meron siyang dual flash din dito. Meron siya sa taas at meron siya sa baba. And Huawei is calling this the all-new Star Orbit Ring. Parang yung rings of Saturn. The Huawei phone is curved all around. Very in contrast kay Samsung na puro flat yung display. Si Huawei naman, it's all about the curves. Now, design is purely subjective naman talaga. Kung ano sa tingin nyo yung mas pogi, no kayo. For me, both naman is very comfortable to hold. Parang pang flagship talaga. By the way, sa harapan pala nila, isa lang po yung selfie camera ni Samsung. It's a 12MP selfie camera. Pero ito si Huawei has a massive 50MP na meron pa siya kasamang 8MP na dedicated ultra-wide angle selfie camera. Probably the reason kung bakit siya mas superior kanina sa unang test natin. Now, speaking of the cameras, ito na po yung mga camera specs nila. Side by side, the Samsung versus the Huawei. Both have 50MP rear cameras, 8MP ultra-wide angle lens, at 12MP telephoto cameras. And syempre, the Huawei Nova 14 Pro has a slightly upper hand here dahil nga sa kanyang ultra chroma camera na nakakatulong na mag-capture ng mga better and more detailed photos. Which brings us to the camera comparison na. Ito na po yung itsura, guys. Side by side, Samsung S25 FE versus the Huawei Nova 14 Pro. Guys, meron na siyang AI selfie snapshot. Finally, dahil dati nasa rear camera lang po to. Yung tipong kahit gumagalaw ka, kapag meron nangyayaring something sa paligid mo, nakaka-capture niya pa rin yun. Ayan si Raymond, ayan natalsikan siya ng tubig. Or si Chai, nabagsakan ng mga leaves, na parang very magical. Na during group photos, you can simultaneously change yung expressions ng not just by one, but even 3 or more na tao. O ito lahat sila naka-poker face, pwede sila mag-happy face or sad face, depending kung ano yung sinelect mo. Ito siya before, at ito naman siya after. Grabe na talaga yung AI ni Huawei. Meron tayong AI beauty effect with 3 stunning styles. Meron siyang natural, delicate, and stylish. Just click and pick the look that you want. Instant artistahin ang dating. Now, ito napansin ko sa outdoor shots ni Samsung. Right off the bat, yung itsura ni Samsung ay very colorful, saturated, and contrasty. Yung green parang sobrang green. I think by default sa outdoors, parang mas pinapa-enhance ng todo ni Samsung yung color ng image. Si Huawei naman leaning more on the natural colors and natural skin tones. Ito ba si Luis, yung aming model? Very guwapo. Ito po yung number niya. Now, based on skin tones, mas natural po tingnan si Huawei. Medyo warm po si Samsung, no? Pero all I can say is, if you love yung parang very contrasty, very high in saturation, I think mag-Samsung ka. Pero kung gusto mo yung parang natural na look, talagang ma-recommend ko talaga si Huawei. Ito kung pro camera user ka, madalas kasi ang want mo is parang medyo natural talaga yung kulay. Para sa post-editing, pwede mo pa siya i-adjust further. Now, on this photo, syempre side by side, Samsung and the Huawei, dito po guys, nag-test kami kung sino po yung mas reliable kapag gumagalaw yung subject. When it involves motion, kailangan talaga super stable. Sobrang optically stabilized yung inyong camera. Na kapag shoot yung photo, sharp pa rin siya tingnan. Magaling na siya gumamit ng shutter speed. Alam na alam niya kung ano yung tamang number for the movement. And both naman is very good. Walang blurring sa very good lighting. And as you can see, di ba? Okay na okay siya. Pero mas sharp lang talaga ng konting-konti si Huawei dito. The next photo is a comparison of dynamic ranges. This is a very wide shot, a landscape shot ng makita mo yung mga trees, yung sky. Parang mas gusto ko dito si Samsung kasi nga sobrang blue ng sky ni Huawei. But nevertheless, sobrang green naman ang trees ni Samsung. Tapos kapag nag-zoom in ka naman, further doon sa mga trees, makita mo na mas exposed ng tama po si Huawei. And if you zoom in further dito sa building, guys, ang sharp at mas defined po ang structure dito sa building ni Huawei. Dito medyo blurry na, medyo parang painting na po ang itsura ni Samsung. Pero napansin ko sa specs nila guys, f1.8 lang po si Samsung. That is his main camera. Sa Huawei naman, 1.4 ang pinakababa, which is much better sa low light. And that is why, itong unang photo natin, as you can see, dito mo na makita yung big difference between the two smartphones. That the Huawei can dominate sa low light, which is very good kapag ka nasa dilim ka, walang masyadong matamang ilaw, nasa mall ka, katulad ni Luis, ayan, naglalaro siya. And if we close in further, ayun guys, dito mo makita na maraming noise kay Samsung. Next photo, nagbi-billiard si Luis. Dito guys, pagka chinek mo yung nasa taas banda, yung mga pipes, very noisy na po sila dito sa Samsung. Kay Huawei, medyo may noise din po, pero not as halata kaysa kay Samsung. Now, if we zoom in further sa buhok ni Luis dito, yung red hair niya, na-retain pa rin niya yung pagka-red ng kanyang buhok. Dito naman sa Samsung, parang iba na yung kulay. Tapos, ang soft, ang noisy. What matters the most sa isang smartphone to handle this is yung kanilang ability to produce enough dynamic range to still give you details kahit may ganitong contrast in lighting. Si Samsung, medyo blown out na po yung sa likod niya, which is hindi niya na po na-control. Ito po yung nakita kong problem kay Samsung. Kulang siya sa dynamic range, guys. But with the Huawei, this is like flagship level dynamic range. Kasi nga, with this, na-control pa rin niya and sharp pa rin siya. Still retaining the detail even in this kind of situation. Ito, favorite ko itong mga neon lights. Now with Samsung, napansin ko, parang yung mga neon lights, parang masyado niya kinokontrol, no? Parang kulang sa pop. Pero if you want the controlled look, then go for the Samsung. Now for the Huawei, talagang hina-highlight niya yung mga ilaw. It gives it more pop, more color, more shine than the usual. Yun nga lang, medyo nagbo-blown out sa mga ibang parts na napansin ko. Pero sa taste nyo na yan, kung gusto nyo yung Huawei. Now itong photo na to, as you can see, with the subject and yung kanyang lighting, medyo hirap na talaga si Samsung dito. Napansin namin na grabe yung blooming or yung haze na nakita natin dito sa lighting part. Pero si Huawei, it was able to manage yung blooming effect. Although may konti pa rin ako nakikita sa Huawei. Yun nga lang, hindi kasing lala ni Samsung. Now, if you really want yung total confidence sa low light, talaga mag-dominate na si Huawei dito. Maybe because of the aperture na 1.4, and that's why it's able to do this. Pero I think it's also a combination of AI na rin. Kasi ang hirap na gawin ito eh. And Huawei, as a mid-range phone, is able to do this. Now, dito natuwa kay Huawei. Kasi nga, it has a super macro mode. And that is why ganito ba yung tsura nilang dalawa, side by side. And still, very soft yung dating ni Samsung. Now, wala pong macro lens si Huawei dito. I think gumamit siya ng ultra-wide angle dito, ultra-wide angle lens. Kasi yun ang technique na ginagamit mga iba if wala silang dedicated macro lens. Pero it was still able to get this very sharp photo. Now, kanina sa daylight, yung motion, di ba, is klarong-klaro sila parehas. What if sa low light naman? Ito po yung itsura ng dalawa. Nag-jump shot siya dito, and as you can see, mas klaro po. Ito may mga daliri niya guys sa Huawei. Klarong-klaro pa rin. Tingnan nyo maigi yung kanyang background. It's still very good. Dito naman kay Samsung, medyo may mga blur sa edges niya, which is not cool. Essentially, what you need is a camera that is very capable na kahit namang gawin mo, reliable po siya. Ito naman, extreme low light comparison. Guys, ito na po si Luis naglalakad sa hallway namin, at una ko napansin is nawawala na po yung kulay ni Samsung dito. Yes, ito yung napapansin ko lagi kay Samsung, nawawala yung kanyang color and contrast, especially when the light goes off. Si Huawei still retains yung warmth ng lugar. Yes, may warm lights kami dito. At kung makita mo, na-retain po niya. Ibang-iba na po yung itsura dito sa Samsung. Ito pa, check ito, selfie. Now, ito talaga siyempre, mas superior yung rear camera ni Samsung kaysa sa selfie niya. But holy sheesh! I think yung pinaka-highlight talaga ni Huawei Nova 14 Pro is yung kanyang selfie camera. You're not gonna get this on any other mid-range phones right now. Kay Huawei lang talaga, and yung pag-retain ng color. Parang may magic ko si Huawei. Parang to, mayroon ba siyang nilagay na secret ilaw sa different dimension para makuha yung ganito? I think if nag-vlog ka sa Huawei, paldo ka. Like, beautiful, beautiful look. Plus, meron pa siyang ultra-wide angle. Guys, ito pala selfie photos ha. Sobrang nagustuhan ko ang itsura ng selfies ni Huawei. Especially na meron pa siyang ultra-wide angle dito, which pwede mo siyang i-widen further para makita yung half body mo. Si Samsung meron din po siyang ultra-wide, kaya lang hindi siya kasing wide ni Huawei. At syempre, mas high quality po yung photo ni Huawei. Now, it looks like if you want reliability, image quality, matinding low light capabilities, okay din sa video, I think Huawei is your best bet. I think walang ibang ganito. They cannot match this kind of image quality at this price. Now, that is the camera. Now, what about the other features like AI? Now, parehas mo sila mayroong mga AI features like AI erase, AI sharpening, and things like that. Si Huawei naman, meron siya mga extra AI features na wala kay Samsung like AI gesture. You can actually navigate the home screen with just your gestures. Sa battery naman, umabot sila ng 5,500 mAh mAh silang dalawa. Pero in terms of charging, lamang na lamang talaga si Huawei, 100 watts fast charging. Tapos si Samsung, 45 watts lang. What is happening to you, Samsung? Ayaw mo ba mag 46 watt? Mas mabilis pa ito mag-charge kaysa sa flagship nila. Which means almost double or more than double yung charging speed compared kay Samsung. Now, syempre, sa nakita nyo, it looks like the Huawei is dominant in terms of image quality. Mahirap talunin ng camera ni Huawei dito sa comparison na to. Now, para sa akin, everything is pretty subjective naman talaga. Like, sa camera, nasa inyo na po yan kung nagustuhan nyo yung photos ni Samsung. Pwede tayo magkaiba ng opinion. And sa design naman din, it's also subjective kasi it's all about the looks. But for you, my fellow Gen Z, what do you think? Are you gonna buy the Samsung S25 FE or the Huawei Nova 14 Pro? Let me know guys in the comments below. And of course, syempre, if you're looking for something else, something mas better pa yung camera, performance, meron ako para sa'yo. Mag-subscribe pa lang, hit the bell icon so that you don't miss any of my great content. Kung sabihin sa inyo watching Unbox Series, ooh.